you join us in the circle. And Alicia, if she's in here.
Okay,
good.
Am I next? Okay, of course, the gratitude. One of the greatest takeaways, I've seen you personally present before, but you simply blew everything away. So did Carrie and Ethan, but it was everything that we spoke about before. It manifested.
so how the heck do I do my job? You guys know I ask a lot of questions, and I really want to change the way that we've done things historically in our district, to really make changes for kids and, make this an anti-racist board. And so I'm excited about how to really understand and get to work.
I think at the end of the day, it's just all about relationships and connections between people. And Carrie, Ethan, Jasmine, you brought together a group of people who never, ever, ever would have been in the same room together. And I think exponential good will come from that. So thank you all, and thanks again to all of you for letting me be a part of your journey.
There is so much expertise in this room, so that I would hope that you all use one another, so I certainly plan on using you, as much as you use your mentor. And opportunities together with people who really understand what you're doing are so rare. And the power of governance that all of you all have is so awesome. So just use one another as much as you use your mentor, and use this amazing staff team that we have at School Board Partners.
Well, since the first time I had an opportunity to talk to Ethan, I was so impressed with him as an individual and what he would accomplish for the world. And then to be a part of this and the rest of it, I feel so good that the world's going to be in great hands. I'm looking forward to just being with you all as much as I can for the long term.
For me, I guess it's, I now have a game plan. I'm the board member that kind of causes some kind of chaos in my district because I continuously question. And now it's nice to sit down and put my thoughts together, create that theory of change. So now it's going to be controlled chaos.
Yeah, I'm also just really impressed by the organization. Congratulations. You guys put together a great weekend. Makes you want another turn.
Yeah, do it.
That's not going to happen. I laughed a lot this weekend, and it was good beating y'all last night at golf. That was
So much to take away.
So humble.
I think I'm re-understanding how inherently adaptive our work is, and how that means that it won't be finished. It's not something that you're going to check off, and so I'm thankful to just understand that the work will always require us to be vigilant and to be in a space of changing habits and mindsets and beliefs. And so if that continues to be the work, then I have to think about my role as an adaptive leader and just making that conversation be caused consistently, and then bringing people on who help me steward those guardrails so that it can continue to occur.
Oh boy, so many takeaways. I think to kind of summarize them, it's the reminder that the way my district has been doing things for who knows how long isn't like the right way or the only way, because I hear so many ideas and ways you are doing things that just remind me that there isn't actually a law that says that we have to do it the way that we've been doing it. And my biggest takeaway is just the filling up of courage and passion that I get from you guys that will literally carry me to the next convening, and then I'll refill again.
I mean, everything that's been said resonates with me. I feel really full. If I choose a word, I feel that, I'm not in this alone, and I've got a tribe of folks across the country who care about our kids and are working diligently, dreaming, like literally going to sleep and like dreaming about this stuff, intentionally or not, about how to make our world better for our kids. And so I'm grateful, I'm full, and I'm really excited about what we can continue to build together.
For me, it's really nice to be in the room with people that are sharing a lot of similar problems, because I feel like it's just been me this entire time I've been on the board. But to hear the experiences of others, it makes me feel a lot better. And I'm hoping that we could share best practices if we find those similar issues, and if you found a solution to an issue, share it with the group or something just to reach out.
Truly inspired and thinking about the poem Be Strong that states, we're not here to play, dream, or drift. We have hard work to do and heavy loads to lift. Shall not strike, face it towards God's gift. Be strong. Say not the days are evil, nor who's to blame. Fold thy hands unequally, stand up, speak out bravely in God's name. Be strong. It matters not how deeply entrenched the wrong, how hard the battles go on. Faint not, fight on. For tomorrow come strong. Be strong.
Ooh.
Preacher.
So I'm just really happy to be here with all of you. Similar to what you said, like I'm alone on my board, trying to fight the good fight, and so I'm happy to be here to meet you all, to share ideas, but also I really love all of the resources and tools that you've provided that can help me to go back and share a compelling argument to change the minds of my colleagues and the city I live in as well. So thank you.
Yeah, meeting all of you and hearing the different perspectives, it sort of re-energized me after being on the board for, this is my 9th year. It's, to hear these different perspectives and really rethink how I've been doing my work and what my work should be has been really amazing. I know, the first day, Nate and I had a conversation outside, and he said something that I've been thinking about constantly since then, that, my job is to represent my constituents and not to represent the district to them.
I am very thankful that Everton told me to apply for this when he was in Denver. I needed this weekend at this specific moment in time. So how that came to be, I'm just eternally thankful for. My biggest takeaway is that, as Josh mentioned, my problems, or the problems that Denver faces, are not unique problems. And even though problems are still, anxiety-inducing and stressful, there is something comforting to know that, other people have fires going on all the time also, and that it's not just us, and that I'm not just failing all the time. So I'm thankful for the collegiality and the ideas and the takeaways. For me, I just have to focus. That's my takeaway.
So I'm grateful to meet all new cohort 2 members for the cohort 1. And so when I first walked into this space, I had no idea what to expect, didn't know anyone, but also felt very isolated on my board. Even though I'm a very strong person, very fearless, very vocal, I will say I will say anything to whoever I need to say it to. But it still can be a very isolating feeling, and feeling like you're fighting by yourself and not having the opportunity to step away from your own district and then meet other people who are also just as fearless, also just as vocal, also fighting and taking on, old board views, or people who have been there for so long that they've forgotten their purpose and their mission. So I'm always grateful for this program for that reason. And I truly believe, in my circumstances, I don't know if I would have made it to even the energy to run for another year, for another term. So I'm super grateful always for that. And just to end with, I'm always talking about evidence-based practices, and knowing that my community is also seeking solutions to the same problems. I'm able to say, well, I know other board members, and in their district, they're facing these same issues, or have faced these issues. This is what they did, and here's the evidence to produce it. That's why I thank you all for those who went on my live with me to share some of these challenges. Like the deficit, I'm like, hey, San Francisco has a deficit. We literally are mirroring the exact amount of deficit for this year, next year. So it's helpful for my community as well for me to be here. So thank you all for creating this space.
I first want to say thank you, Jasmine, for letting me know about this organization. Seriously. Each night I reflect on my whys. You know, why am I here? What am I doing here? And I was on the phone with my fiance, and she said, "Tell me about this conference." And I said, "I can't explain it." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I just can't. This is not like an NSBA conference. Not the SBA. This is more of a family where, you know, I'm able to relate with people, get out of my shell, and be a part of something that is great. This has been, you know, I call Centel and Jasmine all the time to say, you know, how stressful I am, you know, being in the cab. And it is amazing to know that I'm not alone. You know, meeting Simeon, and he has the same problems. You know, Gabriella had the same issues of, you know, having to resign from the district and go to work somewhere else. It's like, man, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. So I truly am inspired by the things that everyone said. And, you know, the self-care package is the number one thing that, you know, I really think that I need. And no organization, we talk about mental health all the time, right? We talk about self-care all the time for our scholars, but what are we going to do for us adults? You know, because we need it the most. And, you know, now that I'm a part of an organization that can really, I feel like you all love me for me. So thank you.
We do.
We do. Triple D.
So my favorite quote, Dr. Benjamin E. May, says that every person is born into this world to do something distinctive and something unique. And if he or she doesn't do it, it will never be done. So your presence is not by accident, right? Your connection, and you are doing the things that you were supposed to be doing, and if you don't, it ain't gonna be done. So you got to. And so my takeaway, though, is I am blessed to be able to help people who are doing, and my assignment here is to make sure you are also being.
Thank you.
So I'm really grateful for the spirit that has been in this room. Like, there have been times when people have spoke and I have felt spirit. When I've just like learned so much and gained so much information, I have felt like the tensions that are going to express themselves and be in this room over the next year. And so I'm excited about that. And I think just the amount of like safety and commitment that I feel like everyone has shown up and said, like, you know, we can be in this together and it can be tough and we don't have to agree around what it is, but that we are going to grow, we're going to be our better selves in this work. So really grateful to Ethan and to Carrie and to Jasmine for holding space for us. It's hard work, because I'm sure all of us come in judging what does it look like, what's it going to be, but you gave us your best, and it showed up in everything that we did. So thank you. In eating and feeding us. Thanks.
I echo the sentiment of gratitude for school board partners for creating a new kind of space that we can all come to with a set of shared values but also differences, where everything is respected and it has allowed me to be able to show up with my most authentic self in a way that I don't feel like I can anywhere else. I'm grateful to now have another school board member from Houston. I mean, I just can't, words cannot even express that there is another person in Houston that can come into this space. But what I think my biggest takeaway is reflecting on this word of fellowship and what it means to be part of a fellowship. And we tend to think of that in a me-centric. What do I get to be this fellow, what do I get to take away? And to me, fellowship is about the community and not just what we get, but what we give. And so my biggest takeaway is something that I got to give. And with Erica and Angela and Victoria going to Kashmir High School, and I could see at that table just the engagement and this, I can't even really describe what I saw transferring in that moment. And then hearing Erica share things this morning that I knew had their roots in that visit, and how what was being done here, she now sees a light that she didn't see before, and a pathway to go in her work in her district, like a door opened. And I think that I know that I get that takeaway personally, but to be able to give it to somebody else, that opportunity was powerful for me. So thank you.
I just love you guys. I wish I had something deeper to say, but I do. I love you. I think of you all the time, and what we can do as an organization, as a team, to make the tomorrow better than the today. And I just hope you guys know I feel the love from you too. And y'all make me better, and you keep me accountable, and you call me out, and you build me up, and it means the world to me. So thank y'all for being and doing. I appreciate you.
What I realized early on in doing this work with you all is very clearly rooted in love, and I don't think it gets deeper than that. When I function at my best, it's when I can be in a group that I'm laughing with and that I'm crying with. And I experienced that with the teacher organization groups at home. And that's happening here. So you know that like there's a connection with educators that's like very caring and very thoughtful. And all of the work that you've put together has been very intentional and very thoughtful. And I love that. So I'm very grateful. Like I said at the beginning, joy is my number one thing. I'm on a board that is also loving and also caring of one another, so I'm grateful for that too. And this just adds on to how we're building each other and being better at our work, so I'm very thankful. Thank you.
I thank Jasmine for inviting me into this group. Like others, I feel like I was alone on my board, but you got the ones that ask a lot of questions, ones that don't really ask, the other ones that fight, and I feel like I was just sitting there in the middle, confused on like where I stand, and I really didn't know where I really fit, like in the world in general. So I feel like maybe this might be what I was here to do.
There's a great hymn of the church that says, "What a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace of mind, leaning on the everlasting arms." And I feel like one of the takeaways from this weekend is that don't let the urgent things get in the way of the important things. And with that being said, I yield the balance of my time.
Victoria, this is family. You will definitely feel the love here. You will crave them. You will crave this room and this feeling. I think for me, what I'm taking back is just being rejuvenated again. The last couple of months have been really, really hard, where I've even questioned, like, why am I here at some point, and what can I really do, because it's just me. But I'm thankful to Jasmine and Ethan and Carrie and everyone else here. You guys are like my school board family. Like, you know, like I'm not alone, and I can carry on. And I want to thank you all for my patience with my love right here.
Thank you for bringing that.
She's like my traveling baby. She travels more than I do. So I have to catch her in between cities just to bring her home.
But yeah, you guys are all between states. Hello. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, and like I said, I'm doing my best to not cry anymore. I'm trying to be stronger than that, but I can't help it. It's who I am. So when you cry, I'll cry with you.
I sit next to a crying board member. Cries all the time.
I don't cry on my board.
But she does.
I will not cry on my board. I will fight on my board and call everybody out. But with you guys, I just feel like to be vulnerable and let you guys know, because you guys understand what we go through day in and day out, and the mind that doesn't ever stop. So thank you, and welcome to School Board Partners.
That's right. Thank you so much.